Welcome back to the big question. In our second interview tonight, we have the flamboyant Senator of Nairobi County, Mike Sonko, and we are asking tonight, is he a man of the people or a rogue leader? Well, thank you very much for making time for us tonight. That question first, just respond to us. Do you think you're a man of the people or you're just a rogue leader?
As far as I'm concerned, I'm the man of the people. You saw the votes the great people of Nairobi gave me, so I can say I'm a man of the people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Many say, or maybe I should just ask you straight up, do you think you make news for all the wrong reasons?
Anyway, if I talk about news, it means that maybe I'm okay with publicity or show off. I don't know what you're talking about, but what I know, I'm serving the great people of Nairobi who voted for me.
So you don't think you make news
I don't
for
think, and
any wrong reasons?
I'm not concerned even. I don't want to know about that. Yes.
Right. What do you say is your specifics now? What would you say is your relationship with President Kenyatta?
President Uhuru Kenyatta is my friend. We are close with this president. He's an accessible president. He's more than a friend to me. He's more than a brother to me. He answers my calls. I answer his calls.
Right.
Even after that controversial call, he called me again. I answered his call.
I
called him again when he was in South Africa. He answered my call.
Yes.
I'm the senator for this great city, for the biggest city in Eastern Central Africa. So there is no way the president could receive my call. Could refuse to answer my call.
Why are you calling it, Honorable Senator, why are you calling it a controversial call?
Because you guys, I think you politicized that call, but it was a very genuine call, by the way.
Okay.
There was no otherwise. I think in the 10th Parliament, during when Wavinya Ndeti was the Assistant Minister and the member for Kathiani, there was a similar demolition in Syokimau. I went to the rescue of the people. Okay. I went in solidarity with my colleague who was the then Assistant Minister for Youth Affairs. There was a very big demolition in Syokimau. We pleaded with the police officers. We pleaded with the bulldozer operators. Even they refused to hear us. Even they wanted to hit us with the bulldozers. Right. There was no otherwise.
Okay, let's listen. Let's listen to what happened when you were talking to the president.
Your Excellency, sir. Your Excellency, hii mawaziri wote washiki simu. Afadhali wewe umesaidia kwa sababu wanabomoa kanisa Winners Chapel, the largest church in Eastern Central Africa, sir. Hapa balozi nyumba worth 10 billion, Your Excellency, sasa zinaenda kubomolewa. Niko hapo sahi na Kosgei waziri. Ni nani anabomoa? Waziri Felix Kosgei, Your Excellency, sir, huyu Minister wa Agriculture, na niko na correspondences na yeye, nimemwandikia barua akanambia abomoi. Sasa ako hapa, wananchi wanabomolewa manyumba akiwa ndani, Your Excellency, sir. Hiyo sasa wacha nisimamisha sasa. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Right. First question, why would you put the president on speaker for everybody to hear?
I think first of all there was nothing wrong with that clip. You saw even the residents were happy. They clapped for the president.
Yeah.
I'll elaborate on that.
Yeah.
I'll explain on that. I put the president on speakerphone because I have confidence in my president. He's more than a brother to me, and I was expecting a positive answer from him. We talk every day, every 2 days, every 3 days. We normally talk with my president, and I have confidence in him. He's the most accessible president in the world. That's what I can say.
Right.
And why did I put this president on speakerphone? And I'm repeating myself. All Kenyans know what transpired or what happened during the Syokimau demolitions. I had no otherwise. I had pleaded with the police officers. They refused to stop the demolition. I pleaded with the officials from the Ministry of Agriculture. They refused to stop the demolition. I pleaded with the bulldozer operators. They refused to stop the demolition.
Right.
And if I could have told the OCS that I've spoken to the president, and I'm sure he could not have believed me.
Why?
So the only solution was to put the president on speakerphone.
And some would say that is cheapening the presidency.
No,
why wouldn't you just follow the legal process like everybody else does? Why would you resort to calling the president?
The 20 houses they had demolished, the next structure to be demolished was the Winners Chapel Church, then a mosque, then another 600 structures. And you know, we pledged. I mean, we during the campaign, we told, when we were launching our manifesto, when we were campaigning, we told the great people of Kenya, the great people of Nairobi that the unlawful evictions, unlawful demolitions, they are not going to happen again during our regime or during our Jubilee government.
Right.
So I was doing it in confidence. I know the president will never, our president cannot let Kenyans down. Our president is a very accessible president. Our president is a president who is hardworking.
Right. If I were to ask you this question, if all the leaders in this country are faced with problems or similar problems, would you advocate for them to call the president and put him on speakerphone and sort out their problems there and then through the president?
It depends on the problem they are facing at that particular juncture.
So it depends.
This was a very serious problem. The problem now you are referring to was a very serious problem. Here are innocent Kenyans who bought these lands genuinely, who did their relevant searches before they bought this land, who paid the relevant transfer fees to the previous governments, the Nusumkate government, the Moi government, wherever. I don't want to go into details. They got title deeds. These are genuine Kenyans who are paying land rents to the county government. Genuine Kenyans who are paying land rent to the national government.
Just one question very briefly before we move from that now. Very briefly. Did you care whether the president knew it was a private call or he was on speakerphone? And did he talk to you after that regarding that phone call?
I think I don't have to repeat myself, Mr. Mohammed. The president is my friend. He's more than a brother to me. I trust him. He trusts me. He doesn't let me down. I don't let him down. So this is a president who is serving Kenyans. And when he stopped the demolition immediately, and when I called him, I think he picked the call immediately, and he stopped the demolition immediately, and the minister came and stopped the demolition immediately.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Right. Recently, you've been in the news again. Some would say for all the wrong reasons. You say you don't care. You're just in the news because you're in the news. About what happened at Caribbean Club. And we can just look at the clips as we go on with the interview. What happened? Very briefly, what happened? What is it that happened there? What happened there? Very briefly.
Watching the clip, or you want me to respond to your
respond to my question?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, this matter is still under investigation.
Right.
I don't want to comment on that, but I've recorded my statement. During the same fracas day, the material day, I recorded my statement. I booked my OB by the OB number 97 of the on the same date. I posted on my Facebook.
Right.
Today I was in Kilimani police station again. I recorded my statement. I went there. I met the owner of the club in good faith. I didn't go to meet him because I was just maybe I wanted to defeat justice or I was buying justice. No. The senator of this county. I wanted to prove to Nairobians and Kenyans that I'm a responsible leader. This guy is a businessman, is my friend. There are customers who maybe went with unpaid bills during after the gunshots were fired.
Right.
So I went there.
As to claims that you came there with...
I paid all the bills he was claiming, because the guys who went away with the unpaid bills are my constituents. The owner of the club is my constituent. So I want the police to proceed with the investigations.
Yeah. So as to claims that you came there with a lot of fracas with youth and with women chanting slogans against Rachel Shebesh?
No, that was wrong. Nobody had slogans. It was, I think, past 10 a.m. But the matter is still under investigation.
Right,
I don't want to go into details. Let the police do their work. Maybe you'll call me next week after they give us, then I'll give you a good interview
and I respect that. And at this juncture, of course, it's also important to note that Rachel Shebesh is not here with us. Yeah. So that is Mike Sonko's side of the story. We don't know what Rachel Shebesh's side of the story is. So again, investigations are going on. But then again, severally talking of Shebesh, people have always talked about this. There have been a lot of issues regarding Mike Sonko and Shebesh in the media. What is the problem? What is happening?
There is nothing wrong with that. I don't want to talk about her. She is an elected women rep of Nairobi County. I'm the senator for Nairobi County. Maybe she'll come here, you ask that question, she'll do the elaboration for herself. She can explain that better than me. For now, I don't want to comment on that. It will be wrong. Maybe if she's here, I'm here, then we can maybe you can question both of us, then we can give you responses or answers to those
personally,
questions
do you have any
for.
Right. But personally, do you have any problems with Rachel Shebesh?
Private problems, not problems to be exposed.
private problems.
Our own personal problems. We have got our own problems, leadership problems, but not problems to be. Because Rachel Shebesh is not here, I don't see the reason why we should talk about her.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's fair enough, of course. But you're saying you have private problems with Rachel Shebesh. But
Yeah.
private, and fair enough. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that because Rachel Shebesh doesn't have the right of reply, so we can't proceed with that, but that would have been interesting. Sonko, people talk about you and how you dress, including now, with all due respect. And we want to look at a clip. Do we have that clip right now? Yes, we have that clip. Right, okay. In the meantime, we talk about... Okay, we talk about how you're dressing now. Okay. That is your hairstyle.
Yeah.
I don't know what was written there exactly. Peace or something?
No, that is the message. Okay.
Okay.
Uhuru Ruto not guilty. Uhuru Ruto that is not guilty. Then
Right.
on the other side, no to ICC. Then on top of my head there is a banner,
Right.
peace banner. As far as I'm concerned,
Including what you have.
I mean myself,
Including your hairstyle
including
right
my hairstyle right now. I say Uhuru Ruto not guilty. That is very true. We cannot rely on hearsay evidence. Both my principals, the deputy president and the president, are innocent until proven guilty by the court of law. But Roman Statute Article 6, everybody is innocent until proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt.
Right.
I went to ICC with the same hairstyle.
Right.
And the reasons I'm saying this, I think people are misquoting, or there's a communication breakdown between the people and the Roman statutes. Because I think there is a leader from Liberia who was sentenced to 50 years imprisonment. But you see, there was evidence, and again, this guy it wasn't Samuel Doe. It was I think you can guide me on that.
Of course, that was really before the IC
not
special code for. But anyway, you still have your.
Yeah,
the question was, why or what motivates you?
Yeah, that's why I'm coming. I'm coming to that.
Yeah.
That leader was sentenced to 50 years imprisonment because he went to the streets of his country.
Talking about Charles Taylor.
Yeah, Charles Taylor, armed with the AK-47. He was jailed recently. Even he appealed before the UN Council, and the appeal was dismissed.
Right.
He went to the streets of Liberia armed with AK-47, killed his own people. His rebels killed his own people. School girls were killed, students were killed, women were killed. But Uhuru and Ruto are very innocent. We
Right.
never saw them. Even they never even threw a stone to any.
Okay, do we have a clip with
Kenyan.
Yeah, with Mike Sonko's dress
Charles
code
Taylor, yeah, Charles
at the
Taylor,
airport? Yes, we have that. There we go. And we actually see the head of state, President Kenyatta, and the deputy president laughing, looking at what you're wearing. I don't know what it is. Briefly, what were they telling you there?
I think it was on.
That was when the Prime Minister of China was coming.
I know. I think we were seeing him off.
You were seeing him off.
back to the China.
What are they telling you, laughing?
No, they were just laughing because it was on a Sunday afternoon. I think I was from a party with my family. Then I decided to go and see off the Chinese premier because I'm the senator of this great city. And you see, the dress code should not change my style because I identify with my colleagues.
Right.
I was elected in fact, I was in a short the day I was campaigning. My last campaign as the senator or as the MP for Makadara, I was in a short. So my dress code should not change my leadership style. I'll never change my dress code because of that criticism from my haters. I have a message.
And the question
My
is,
cap has a very good message.
I love haters. Okay.
Yeah.
People
So,
say, do you think it befits your office being a senator, your dress code? And the question is,
But yeah,
can you be able?
It befits because when I go to the Senate, I'm normally dressed in a suit. When I go to court, I'm in a suit. So it befits me.
Right.
I identify with my colleagues.
Do you think you can be able to sell Nairobi as an investment destination as a senator of Nairobi, dressed the way you are, and with your haircuts? Is it possible?
It depends on the meetings I'm attending, the forums, the functions, and I've already explained. When I go to the Senate, I'm smartly dressed in a suit. When I go for investment meetings, I'm very smartly dressed in a suit.
And
so
a
that
different
has
hairstyle.
nothing to do with my even different hairstyle.
Okay. Recently, you asked those people or the youth who had firearms in Nairobi to return firearms in exchange for 50,000 each.
Yeah.
Was that the wise thing to do? Was it like rewarding crime?
No, it is not rewarding crime because it was a reward I was offering to our youths. We've got so many problems the youths are facing today, the joblessness problem, idleness problem, poverty problem we are facing today. So that was a reward, and it really worked, by the way, because so far I've surrendered over, or the youths, or the criminals in Nairobi County, within my county, have surrendered over 16 guns. I think Kimai was here, he could have cleared me. I mean, yeah, he could have confirmed that. 16 Seskas,
but after
3 AK-47 rifles. I normally give them 50,000, it's true. I'll not deny. And I also empower them. I empower their families, their wives. I pay school fees for their children.
After giving them this 50,000 shillings for the guns they return, how sure are you they're going back to buy guns?
I normally.
What else do you do to follow up on their lives?
I closely monitor them. As we are talking now, I've formed another group called Team Sonko Rescue Team. We are, wherever there are disasters, bomb blasts, we are always there. They are working at a fee. I've recruited from each and every constituency 300 youths. Even right now, they're in Karen. There's a church which was demolished yesterday, PCA Karen. They're reconstructing that church. Through the assistance of police, we closely monitor them.
Right. You talked about helping people.
Yeah.
Many criticize you for giving handouts to people. You have done that yourself, and you acknowledge that you help people.
Yeah.
How do you think it helps them after that? I mean, after giving somebody a handout.
You've talked of handouts. Maybe you can term them handouts, but me, I don't term them as handouts because these are the same people who voted for me. I don't expect a woman to come all the way from Kawangware or Githurai to bring his or her problem in my office. Then you expect her to go back walking to. I have to give them bus fares, but of late I've been having good initiatives, women empowering projects. I give women empowering projects to these women. I give them money. They form themselves in groups. I give them money on the merry-go-rounds groups.
Right.
Youths have been given. I've got even evidence here with me.
Of what you do to them.
Yeah, what I do to them.
Okay.
These are salon equipments I give to women.
Right.
These are garbage collection equipments I give to youth. These are minibuses. I pay deposits. Then we commend you.
Service
the Lord. I've got so many.
We commend you for that, Senator Mike Sonko. People would ask then, you are already not in good terms with Rachel Shebesh. You're not.
Can we talk of something else apart from talking about Rachel Shebesh?
Exactly. That's where I'm coming. That is where I'm coming.
Okay.
You have differences with you have differences with the leadership of Nairobi, which includes the senator, which includes the governor, and of course the Nairobi woman representative, which is Rachel Shebesh. You're not in good terms with any of these two. Why? Especially the governor. Let's talk about the governor.
I'm not a sympathizer of corruption. Corruption is still rampant in Nairobi County. The Auditor's General report was released just the other day. And during the first months when the governor took office, there was misappropriation of funds. I've got evidence. I've tabled this case before Senate. It's still under investigation. We've recently passed the Division of Revenue Bill in the Senate. We are going to table another bill once we resume. We are still on vacation. The allocation of county funds. I'm going to move an amendment. All the counties under the Auditor's General probe. I'm going to.
So there's no way.
Yeah, there's no way.
There's no way.
They have to account for the monies which were already allocated to the counties by the Transition Authority, by the national government through the Exchequer.
And again, just like Rachel Shebesh,
do a follow-up before we allocate them some further funds.
Right.
Yes.
Right. With all due respect, just like Rachel Shebesh, the governor is not here to defend himself.
But I've got the dossier for the question.
Okay, but the question of Honorable Sonko is
because I've got evidence.
Right. If you really care, the question is
corruption is rampant in Nairobi County.
If you really care, Honorable Sonko, the question is, if you really care about Nairobi people, why can't you sit down with the Honorable Rachel Shebesh and Honorable Evans Kidero and sort out the mess in this county? If you really care about helping the people in Nairobi.
Okay, I've been repeating myself. Leadership is in me, leadership is in my blood, but before we sit together, especially with the governor, let him account for the funds which were allocated to the Nairobi County by the Transition Authority, by the national government first of all.
Okay.
And then I table another, maybe I can say a motion, because it's already been referred to the relevant investigative authority in the Senate on the management of the county funds. There are not allegations, but like things like garbage collection. I'm the senator for this great city of Nairobi.
Okay.
And there was misappropriation of funds. There were some garbage collectors who were recently paid over 100 million.
To be proved at to be proved at a different
once I got this report, I did my own search with the registrar of companies. I identified the companies. I called the directors of those companies.
Right.
And I'm the senator of this city. If you're collecting garbage in Lavington or Karen, I know the estates.
They call you Honorable Senator, a Lone Ranger. They call you that.
I'm not a lone
The
ranger.
governor himself calls you that.
If I raise a
that
question,
is why you're not working with him.
I'm working with my governor, and I've got proof that I'm working with my governor. Because, for instance, there is a simple case which will allow me to maybe tell the.
You can just say it briefly because of time.
Yeah. There is a letter I wrote to the governor on 18th of July 2013. There was a school land that was grabbed in Kamukunji by land grabbers. I wrote to the governor a very good letter. Then the governor replied. A very positive reply that we are going to revoke this title. I tabled this later in court, and an order was issued in my favor. The school which wrote to me, and then I wrote another letter to the same governor on matters pertaining to public expenditure, how is spending after getting the Auditor General. Then the governor decided to go personal. He wrote me a very funny letter abusing me.
Okay, because the governor is not here, we can go into that. We really
just calling me,
we really hope, we really hope we can get. We will invite the governor, Dr.
Evans Kidero. I even put my evidence to the anti-corruption, to the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. I've got 18 files.
Right, we will, like I said, the governor is not here, but we hope to invite the governor and see about the truth of this. We invite you, Dr. Evans Kidero, Governor of Nairobi County. Finally, this has been asked severally, but I'll still ask you, what is the source of your wealth? You give out your salary, you still help people, but you still have money?
The more I give, the more I get. The more I give, the more I receive. So I thank God for that. When I was seeking for votes from the great people of Nairobi, there are pledges that I gave, and I'm honoring my pledges. I still give my salary, and I'll still give my salary. Whatever I get, I'll be giving to the great people of Nairobi. That is what I can answer for now.
But you can't tell me what the source of your wealth is.
No, I'm a businessman.
What do you do? Like,
even if I go home today, there is life after politics.
Like, what is it that you say is what you really depend on in business?
I'm in real land estate business. I buy land, I sell. I buy houses at low price, I sell. That is my business. I don't deal in drugs. I know you are coming to that. Those were allegations. Those were raised during when I was in the 10th Parliament. But those allegations were cleared. Even recently, I went to New York with my speaker, and I was cleared.
We're going to look at your phone here, a clip of your phone, and look at that. That's that is interesting. Anyway. Okay. What is that?
No, that is just, they've removed it already. If I don't explain.
Oh, he wanted to explain. Okay, if you can play it again.
Well, there is nothing wrong with that phone. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, there is nothing wrong with that phone.
What does that mean? I mean,
it's you to explain what does that mean.
I don't know what that means. I'm just saying it's interesting. But anyway, Honorable Sonko, my final question to you. But look at that. I mean, the Constitution, of course, if you can quote it, Leadership and Integrity, Chapter 6, state officers shall behave in a manner that avoids, whether in public, official, or private life. I'm sure you've heard about this.
Yeah.
Any conflict between personal. So, demeaning the officer holds. Many people have criticized you for doing this. What would you have to say to that?
Doing what? There's nothing wrong I've done since I was elected as a senator for this city. The only maybe wrongdoing or the problem I did when I was an MP, I slept on the road, I punched the walls. That has never happened. Even after that, I was elected with the largest number of votes from, the biggest number. Yeah.
Right. So do you think the legacy, do you think that how you are, what you are, the legacy you're leaving behind, do you think it's enough to warrant your second term in office as a senator? Or is it a Senate you'll go for again? What is your ambition? how far can you go politically?
I leave it that to the great people who voted for me. I'll go back to them. I plead with them to vote for me. So it depends on how you relate with your people. I've never let my people down. The great people of Nairobi who voted for me. Recently, I have a problem with I'll take you back again with the county government. The Nairobi Finance Bill, whereby the county government raised the land rates by 100%. If you're paying 1 million, you're now paying 2 million. I went to court. I tabled the same case before the Senate and in court, and I got orders in my favor, because there is no way you can punish the people who voted for us because you want to raise you want to raise funds for revenue for the county.
Do you have any question on Twitter on 2242 for the Honorable Senator? Yes. Yes, we have comments and questions, and I'm going to read some of them right now as we wait for some questions on Twitter. Somebody here says the senator is a populist who likes media publicity, especially when presenting handouts. Approach him behind camera and he gives you a deaf ear. Somebody just says Sonko is not a wrong leader, he's a good leader. Ni sauti ya wanyonge, I salute you, God bless you. Mary Kamau from Naivasha says, I can just say Mike Sonko ni mtu wa watu. Both him and Women Representative Rachel Shebesh are our leaders. They need to show us good role models and set an example to our country. We have questions on Twitter. And of course, there are other comments here. Mr. Super Senator, that's how you're called here, by Apollo Murray from Eldoret. You are a man of your words and we admire you. However, don't bite more than you can chew. Tuliza boli. Mara simu kwa mkubwa, of course he's talking, mara simu kubwa, mara fracas haileti. Nairobians hold you in high esteem than being portrayed through the press. And now we have a question on Twitter. Or comments, yeah. Sonko is true to leadership, selfless, compassionate, benevolent, and daring. That is at Ganjoka. At Kim hashtag Miriti, sorry, at Kim _ Miriti. Janet is confusing me in studio, I'll tell you how. Mike Sonko philanthropy and humane heart makes him an ideal leader. His hyperactive nature makes him a rogue politician, though. Okay. Okay, let's see if we have more comments on Twitter. At Atonia Stanley says, at Mike Sonko is an enigma, understood by some and misunderstood by others. At Jane Osiemo says, I think Sonko's heart is in the right place, but he comes out as a clown who cannot be taken seriously. These are just people's views on Twitter. Mike Sonko is a good man, despite all the drama. That's the last tweet. Right, you've heard what Kenyans say. Thank you so much. The Honorable Senator for Nairobi, Mike Sonko, thank you so much for making time for us. On the big question tonight, Janet? Why was I confusing you? No comment. Okay. Thank you for coming. I won't say that before the Honorable. But we are finishing with a dance that the Honorable Senator did. Okay. Let's have it. Yeah, this made rounds quite a bit on social media. You just said, Mr. Senator, that you were celebrating. What were you celebrating there? Well, I think it was when the governor lost the election. It was which governor? Evans Kidero, the Nairobi governor. And you were celebrating? Yes, I was happy. Some people are asking who's the Chinese lady. They're just curious. Why were you so happy with the governor losing the petition? Do you want to? Some have asked if you want to be a governor of Nairobi. There is a good leader. We've got better leaders who can do that job in Nairobi. Like serve people better than Kidero. That is what I can say. Would you want to be a governor of Nairobi? Some have said you're really eyeing that position. I leave it to the great people of Nairobi to decide. If they tell me to be a county rep, I'll be a county rep. Even the constitution has never defined the role of a women rep, whether it should be a man or a woman. Any role I can write for. Okay. There's no problem with that. Right, okay. Wrap it
That's
up,
all we
Janet.
have.
That's all, yeah.
That's all we have. Thank you for making time to come and talk to us. I'm Janet Mbugwa. Thank you for watching The Big Question.
And Janet Mbugwa had to leave her studio and come here. Can you believe it?
I was asked. Actually, Hussein begged, and I just listened to him.
Right.
So thank you, Hussein.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Sonko. Thank you, Janet. Thank you for watching The Big Question. I'm Hussein Mohammed. Have a good night.